Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. To begin with, the Australian dollar has not been able to sustain any bull run for the last 3 days. And as you can see from the challenge towards the region of either 73.40 or the cap at 73.7080 has maintained a relatively firm ceiling for the pair. But above there is the 60-day moving average at 73.90, which is slightly lowered from previously, and still expect to see further weakness into the coming session to look to 72.65 and look towards lower of the region of 72.0515 before any reversal or profit taking. Later today is the Australian release on the capital spending and building approvals, with the forecast to the private capital expenditure at 0.6%. Previous was 0.4%. As I say, my strategy is to sell into rallies, and as from a technical point, I do expect to see further weakness to the targets that I've outlined here. Interesting to see that the euro hasn't backed away from the 117 handle, and at this stage you can see this firm cap that comes across here at 117.55.65. Now overnight the euro did briefly look at a high of 117.08, with the dollar index dropping to 94.43 before rebounding. Overnight was the release of the US Q2 GDP data, which was revised to the upside to 4.2 versus 4%. Although it failed to give any boost to the US dollar, the market now looks towards the figures out of the US, which is the produce data on personal spending, along with the core PCE price index, which is the Fed's preferred inflation measure. So keep a close watch on that. It is ascertained that the market will fail towards the region of 117.55.65 and eventually turn back to the downside. So I'm a seller towards this region, putting stops about 40 points higher, around 118, and look back towards 116.55 down to 115.60. Well, the dollar yen has broken above the 111.55 level, and at this stage is holding to a bullish case to 112.50.55 and reassess from there. Any pullbacks should find support now, seen at 110.95. Overnight, the pound gets a bit of a lift, and behind that is the fact that the announcement from EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michael Barnier, said that the UK could expect a partnership with Brussels, such as there has never been with any other third country. The deal may include an ambitious free trade agreement, along with cooperation in aviation, security and foreign policy, Barnier said. Nevertheless, the EU will not permit anything that damages its single market, he did say. We respect Britain's red lines. So therefore, during the news conference, he went on to say in Berlin that they must respect what we are. Single market means a single market. So looking at the pound, we can see the resistance comes in now at 130.40.60. It is a very firm downtrend from 136, and at this stage could put a bit of a barrier and stop the pound from advancing any further. If so, we get a rejection, and I'm looking down towards 128.45, with still 126 waiting as a safety net, so keep an eye on that. The outlook for gold still maintains to a bullish case, as it hasn't broken beneath 1,198 as of yet. Therefore, I do expect to see further uptests, with an expectation of reaching 1,220 and reassess from there. Looking to the support, if we do break beneath 1,198, this would negate the bullish view and could reopen the downside back to the lows of 1160 to 70. And looking at oil, well, the market, as you can see at this stage, is still pressing to the upside, but could see further risk if we see a break above 70. But at present, I hold a neutral view, and while the market plays to this challenge to the upside, let's see if it can continue. I am seeing divergence to the bear case. So therefore, this could give us opportunity to shorten the market. But as I say, I'm neutral for one more day, and let's see what it looks like from tomorrow morning. So please join me then. But for now, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day that's ahead.